Ladies and gents, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, and you know what this is about, so let me just explain the rules. 1. I must have the cursed relic charm equipped at all times. 2. The relic charm cannot level up until I make my way to the next area. 3. I cannot use super moves. 4. I don't have to do the run and gun stages or the devil and angel boss. The reason for this is the run and gun stages is not hard or interesting to talk about, and I can't do the devil and angel boss because of how this run is set up. With that established, let's get into the run. We obviously start off in Inkwell Isle 1, and we more obviously start off with the Root Pack, who are as easy as peasy. So while I beat them, I'm going to tell you what the Cursed Relic actually does, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what it does. The most noticeable thing is that it sets your health to 1 at the start of every match. It also switches your weapon every time you stop firing, gives you the effect of the Smoke Bomb dash every 8 dashes, gives you the Wheatstone parry effect every 8th parry, makes your super meter charge passively, and gives you the parry health regeneration effect when you parry 3 times for the first 2 health points and 4 times for the 3rd health point. When the charm levels up, it just decreases the amount of times you need to dash to get a smoke dash, the times you need to parry to get a Wheatstone parry in health, and increases the amount of super meter it charges up. That might not sound that bad, but trust me, the changing weapons and only 1 health at the start makes this pretty bad. With all of that explanation done, I eat up the Root Pack, clean house with Vivian Crooks, kill Ruby Legrande not once, but twice, make Hildeberg go down like the Hindenburg, and pluck out Cagney Carnation. With that, we are done with Ink Isle 1, and I can level up my charm. That might sound like it went quick, and it did, because every boss in Inkwell Isle 1 is pretty easy, which I cannot say about most of the bosses in Inkwell Isle 2. Starting off with Bebe the Clown, he's an exception, as he's not hard. In his first phase, you jump, shoot clown, and duck. In his second phase, you jump more, shoot clown, and balloon dog. In his third phase, you jump less, shoot clown on horse. In his fourth phase, you jump a lot, shoot clown and small clowns. Anyways, with that clown cuck dead now, we get the Grim Matchstick, and he fucking sucks. His first phase, in theory, should be easy. However, because his first phase is the only time I can get parries and, by extension, health, it makes it so much more annoying because I have to draw it out to get health. His second phase also sucks. It's annoying to hit him because I have to face away from him to move and have to be relatively close to the bottom of the screen, and it's annoying to dodge because these fire fucks keep tripping me up. And because I have to be near the bottom of the screen, they are hard to dodge. Third phase, guess what? Is probably the least annoying out of all the phases. However, the fireballs he shoots at are annoying because they break out into more flames if you shoot them, and it's the last phase, it's nerve-wracking, and I still die a lot. Eventually, I said fuck it, and went to a much easier boss, Wally Warbles. This bird bitch was a complete joke. His first phase is a joke, and allows me to get parries very easily. His second phase is also a joke, and I just have to be careful with my movements, and his third phase, guess what, is also a complete joke. I can just stand above him and bomb him like Pearl Harbor, and make that cock go a doodle-doodle-loo. Next up is the Jimmy the Great, and he was kinda hard. Mostly because I was rubbing his lantern earlier, wink wink. Other than that, he didn't have a lot of opportunities to parry attacks, as he only has parryable moves in his first and fourth phase, and the moves he does in his first phase are random. To remedy this, my strategy was to just get lucky with the moves he does in his first phase, get one I can parry easily, and wait until I get 3 hearts to shoot him. Once I did that, his second phase is easy, I just need to position myself well, and in his third phase, I can just hug the top of the screen. His fourth phase was also pretty simple, just don't get hit, duh. But his fifth phase gave me a little trouble. The pyramids he has are, for some reason, really tricky to dodge for me. Just the way they move and how I need to position them always get me. Luckily though, he granted my one wish and fucking died. Then I moved to Baroness von Bonbon, whose name should be Bitch Von Bitch Bitch. Why? Cause she's a bitch! Her first 3 phases are complete RNG, and could be sweetly easy or sourly hard. Out of the 5 bosses she can spawn, 2 of them, the Gobstopper and Candy Corn, are easy, 2 of them, the Gumball Machine and Waffle, suck, and the other one, the Muffin, fucking sucks. Oh, and guess what the only things I can parry in a fight are? The little jelly bean bitches that run across the floor that spawn in the second phase, and one of the 3 projectiles she shoots at me in her third phase. Also, the peppermint in her fourth phase can be parried, but a fourth phase is easy and it doesn't matter. And because her phases are RNG, how easy I can get parries are also based on RNG. It can be easy or literally impossible. So after getting lucky not once, not twice, but thrice, I get to the 4th phase and it's easy. The only thing she does is try and give me head, but as Gandhi once said, never get head. So I make her like gum, chew her up, swallow her, and get her stuck in my stomach for 7 years. Going back to Grim now... Yeah, he still sucked. But he sucked a little less this time. See, I figured out that the roundabout shot is the best way to make the second phase easier, so just by shooting and unshooting, I can get a roundabout and have a much easier time with him. My strategy for the 3rd phase also changed a bit, as I decided that shooting him only when he did his flamethrower attack was the best move. See, I get a lot less damage, but I get more survivability, and in the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters most. Eventually, I make that 3-headed dragon suck my dick, my balls, and my ass, because fuck him. Going to Inkwell Isle 3 now, I level up my charm and start off with Rumor Honeybottoms. However, the only rumor about her is if she sucks or not. And spoiler alert, she does! First phase is hard because you have to be on the bottom half of the screen to shoot the cop, but because you need to constantly jump to not die, I don't have a lot of opportunities to actually do damage. Her second phase is mostly hard because of when she goes in the middle, she has this bullet move that I cannot for the life of me figure out. Her other moves in this phase are pretty easy to dodge, I just suck a lot. Her third phase sucks the most though. She has this one move where she sends out 2 homing fist missiles and I swear to God it's impossible to dodge them. After an hour of trying her, I decided fuck you and went over to Captain Brinybeard instead, who is very easy compared to her. In fact, he was easy compared to every boss I've fought so far. And to be honest, I don't have much to say about him, so I'm just gonna skip talking about him. Going back to B-Bitch, I fucked the honey out of her. Then I went to Dr. Callow's robot and first tried him. I don't have anything to say about him except that he looks like Phineas T. Ratchet from Robots. Going to Sally Stage Play, she was easy. Then going to Wernie Werman, he was easier. Then going to Kala Maria, she was surprisingly easier. Then going to the Phantom Express, they were the easiest. You might be surprised that I skipped past most of the bosses of Inkwell Isle 3, but I didn't have anything to say about them. And I'm not gonna waste your time by pretending like they're hard. Going to the DLC now, and I do not have to pretend like the bosses in here are hard, because they are. And I don't mean hard. I mean hard. And who better to start with than with Glumstone the Giant, because he's a giant pain in my ass! His first phase is a pain in my ass because these annoying fucking gnomes at the bottom of the screen are hard to keep track of. The platforms moving mess me up more than it should, to be honest. And this fucking goose attack sucks because the platforms keep moving me up into it, and like, what the fuck do you expect me to do there, game? His second phase sucks because of these little gnome fucks that pop out of the ground, but the only way to tell where they pop out is by these little indicators at the bottom of the screen. Then he voids me, which makes me hard, which is fitting because his third phase is the hardest. First off, who thought that putting the boss at the very top of the screen was smart? Fucking 90% of the time, I can't even hit him even if I jump. Second off, these guys at the side of the screen suck because I constantly forget about them and then get sniped. Third off, because the platforms go away when they get fed, I have to dash, which changes my weapon, which makes hitting him a bazillion, batillion, a million times harder. Eventually though, I stomach up and kick his ass, which makes me think, how does Cuphead get out of his stomach? Like, does he get shit out, pissed out, or thrown up? Anyway, next up we get to Mortimer Freeze, who should freeze himself, get sent out into the middle of the ocean, and fucking die! His first phase is annoying because he's flying in the air, I can barely hit him, these snow guys he sends out are annoying to dodge most of the time, and oh yeah, he's flying in the air, and I can barely fucking hit him! His second phase sucks because when he does his rolling move and jumps, it always fucks me up, and the ice cubes are annoying to dodge. His third phase is easy, nothing to talk about here, and I quickly melted him. Next up is the Moonshine Mob, and I don't have anything to say about them. So let's move on to Esther Winchester, who is a bitch Chester. Her first phase sucks a lot because there's so much stuff to keep track of and it always fucks me up. Cause you have to keep track of the ink she shoots and where it goes, and you have to keep track of the bird that throws TNT and the bee horse that shoots spike balls, and it's just so much. The same thing with her second phase. I mean, I want to enjoy her sucking me, but when I have to dodge all this shit, it sucks. Her third phase is fairly easy though, and her fourth phase just also has a lot of stuff to keep track of, but I still make that cow bitch eat my hot dog. Up next is the Howling Aces, and honestly, these guys weren't even that bad. So let's just move on to fucking Chef Saltbaker! Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate Chef Saltbaker since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits and wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for Chef Saltbaker's first phase at this micro instant. hate, 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 hate! Chef Saltbaker is by far the hardest and most annoying boss in this run, and trust me, it is nowhere near close. And that all comes down to his first stupid-ass face. This motherfucking dumbass first face is the worst thing ever created by human hands. First of all, there is so much shit you have to keep track of. The fire that's flying around the screen, what attack is going on and how to respond to it, and what attack is going on next and how to respond to that. Second off, because Chef Douchebag is at the top of the screen, I can rarely hit him, and he has so much health in this phase, it is insane. Third off, the only parry window in this phase is the salt attack, so if he doesn't do it enough or I miss the parries, I only have 1 health for the entire first phase, and guess what? That fucking sucks! Eventually, though, I get past this first phase, the rest of the phases are easy, and kill the stupid fucking dumbass bitch! Anyway, going to Inkwell Hell now, King Dice is up and none of the bosses he throws at me or at himself are that hard, and I clean house pretty easily. Next up is the Devil. I don't have much to say about him because he's also easy as hell. So after beating the Devil at his own game and freeing everyone from their contract, I can say yes, you can beat Cuphead while cursed. Thank you everyone for watching, and let me know what you thought of this video and what challenge runs you would like to see me do next. Whether or not you do that though, doesn't really matter. I just hope you all stay safe and hopefully I'll see all of you soon.